My name's Franco, and I have a big passion for life, of all things. Traveling around America, Disney World, in recent 5 years has become a huge, huge part of my life. And I want to share that with you guys. My passions for Disney and reasons for starting this channel has wanted me to reach out and find like-minded people in a community that share the same things that I love and that I want to do. And something inside me said, this is what you really like and this is what you want to do, and follow your dreams. A little background with me: I didn't travel much growing up. I wasn't around with my family from the age of 16 till basically I came home around 29 years old, and I came home with an opiate addiction. When I came home when I was around 29 years old, I didn't know what direction in life I wanted to go in. I didn't have any passions. My main priority was getting sober and getting my life together and rekindling my relationship with my father, my mother, and my brother. They were so deteriorated that I had no ground to stand on. And little by little, as life moved along and I continued to do the right thing, my life just got better and better and better. Around 2017, 18, my mother had booked a trip. Let's all go to Disney World. At that point in my life, I had no interest in Disney World whatsoever. It couldn't have been further from who I was at that time or who I was in the past, my whole adult life. And I went. I was heavily overweight. At one point, I was 425 pounds. I think when I went on this trip, I was around 375. She was like, let's go to the Port Orleans. I had no idea what it was. No, nothing, no expectations for the vacation whatsoever. I probably tried to get out of it at one point. Nevertheless, we went, me, my brother, and my mom. Port Orleans, here we are. And I liked it. I liked it a lot. I was like, wow, there's something magical here. Something felt like this is going to be a lot of fun. Like just being at the hotel, being on vacation with my family again. We had a lot of laughs. I remember vividly this one moment. It was about midnight. We had gotten off the bus and I was starving. Nothing was open. And you could get Uber Eats or some food delivery service. So I'm like, we got to get pizza. There's no way I'm going to bed hungry. I order the pizza. I walk the half a mile, or at least a quarter mile from the rooms at Port Orleans. They're really far away from the lobby. I pick up the pizza, the Sprite, maybe a chicken parm sandwich, and I'm walking back. And it's like a swamp, Port Orleans, if you've ever been there. I'm walking over the drawbridge they have, and then I get to the next drawbridge. Before I get to the next one, about 25 yards away, I see an animal standing up on its legs, 3 feet high, eyes bright as ever. It looked like a gigantic raccoon. When I see this animal, I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to cross this bridge? Here I am, 375 pounds. I'm not letting this little monster get in my way. I had no idea what it was. I don't really know much about animals, but it was creepy as hell. So I screamed at it loud. You're not getting my food. It scudded off. It ran away. But I was so afraid after I walked by where it was standing, thinking it was going to get me from behind with its claws. When I ran to the door, I dropped everything. All my food went everywhere. We managed to get everything back in, but as I'm explaining this to my mother and my brother, we were just cracking up, laughing. And that was probably the first experience that I had in general from the last couple of years prior to that I was filled with joy. I knew laughing was the cure for all. Having that experience, it lit up something in me. Lit the flame or whatever you want to call it. I was like, wow. It literally felt like a kid again, which I haven't felt for a long, long time. And then we did some other things throughout the trip. My brother was there, went on the rides. The food's always been a big thing for me. We own a food business down here. Food's been a huge part of my life. I want to try it all, eat it all. Maybe not eat so much, but being so overweight at the time, even though I lost about 50 pounds from my heaviest, I noticed I couldn't get on a lot of the rides that I wanted to ride on. It was disheartening. I'm 6'3", maybe 6'2" and a half. I was 375 pounds at the time, and I wanted to go on these rides. My brother was getting on all of them, and I really couldn't do everything that I wanted to do. And I said, damn, I got to make a change. As much as I love food, I got to start exercising, getting healthier, and just, if I want to be active and enjoy things with my family, I have to do more about my health is what I needed to do. So after that trip, we had so much fun. I started looking into where we're going to stay, what we're going to do. And I found the Marriott hotel chain. It was a place called the Swan and Dolphin. And my brother said, hey, this was right near there. We could just walk into the boardwalk, Epcot, Hollywood Studios. It's so convenient. Let's check it out. So I get obsessed with everything. I start scouring the internet for information. What's the closest? How long is the walk? What's there? What restaurants? All the information. I want to know it all. Well, this is the closest hotel to Epcot in Hollywood Studios that exists, and it's not a Disney deluxe resort, and it's the most affordable. Now, it doesn't have all the Disney theming, but it has plenty. So we started booking trips. This was right around, was this pre-COVID or, I'm asking you?
During COVID.
The first time we stayed at the Marriott was during COVID?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Went there with masks? We went there without masks first. No. Never?
Never. Went there after.
So this is right during COVID, apparently. COVID had hit, and that's right, we took a break in between Port Orleans, and then we were like, we got to get out. We got to get away. We went there with the masks. We had a blast. The Marriott Dolphin, we had a great time there. They treated us really well. I don't know if you can see it. Was that in frame?
Mm-hmm.
There's us with our mask on. We made the best of it. We would go. I would book the prices. I would check the prices for the hotels. I would book the cheapest time, the cheapest week. I would check it constantly, every day, every week, compare the prices to last week. I would make a list. I'd get really picky with it. I wanted to get the best price possible. We didn't have annual passes at this time, but I always noticed that if you had an annual pass, you would get an even cheaper price. My mother's in her 60s, so we got the senior discount, and it ended up being anywhere from $275 to $350 a night with the resort fee and taxes at the time. This is 2019 through 2022-ish. Yeah, that's about right. We would go 6 nights, 7 nights, 8 nights, and then we loved it. We had a blast. They have the Dole Whips on tap inside the Marriott Dolphin. The rooms were fine. I had no other experience with Disney theming. I don't have children, so none of that really mattered. We wanted a balcony, and it was more about the convenience of walking, not having to take transportation to Epcot, which is my favorite park to visit. I just love it. And then once I stayed at the Dolphin, walking to the boardwalk, that's when the real love of Disney came to life, because when you leave the Marriott Dolphin and head over to the walking path, you go around, there's a big lake there. I forget the name of it. But the boardwalk's on your right, Yacht and Beach Club's on your left, and then you walk into Epcot. And walking by the boardwalk, I was like, this is it. This is amazing. I went inside they have like a showing for a DVC room at the boardwalk, ground level. It was a 1-bedroom room. I walked in there, I was like, this is like a condo. This is like being at my house. Full kitchen, king-size master bedroom, 2 bathrooms, 2 sinks, separate bathroom, huge tub, huge shower. Now, I had never seen that before. I said, oh my God, this blows the Dolphin out of the water. They have a salesman there. They, no pressure. They start talking to you about, you need any help, you need any information. I took it upon myself to look it up, see how much it cost, and I was immediately like, wow, this is really expensive I already knew that those rooms start at $500 and go up. Sometimes the one bedrooms can go for $1,000 a night, depending on what season it is and what promotions they have. Compared to my $250 to $350 per night at the Dolphin, it wasn't economically viable for me to go if I wanted to go as much as I was looking forward to going. I'd have to go there once a year rather than staying at the Dolphin 3 or 4 times a year to justify the 10,000 per week or whatever it was going to cost to stay at the boardwalk. So as time went on, we stayed at the Dolphin 2, 3 more times that year. We loved it. I finally met someone that said, well, you come down here that much, why don't you buy DVC? I'm like, well, it's so expensive. I went and I had the showing, and it was $250 to $260 per point. And it was just very expensive. It would only make sense if you could buy it outright. And I never really thought about it until someone said to me, well, you should check out resale. And I was like, what's resale? You can buy Disney secondhand. They sell their contracts. It's half the price. And I started looking into it. And that's something that we're going to get into on another video, my whole DVC experience. I bought at the boardwalk enough to go multiple times a year. And that's been a dream come true. That was a life goal of mine, to have 1 month a year at a Disney property. And I accomplished that. And I want to make a video about that in the future, talking about the whole buying process, the people that I used, the amazing people that I've met, how they took care of me, and my recent 2 times I've just used it in the past. I went in February and I went in May, and we had the time of our lives. Every day I say, why didn't we start sooner? I joke around with my mother. You guys never heard about the Disney Vacation Club when we were kids? You missed that? All you knew was about Indian Head in New Hampshire and Canopy Lake Park. If we had known how affordable buying it would have been and made our life so much easier, we would have done it years and years sooner. If I had my shit together way back, I would have bought 3 months worth of it. But you live and you learn, It's never too late to start following your dreams. I'm 38 now, and rarely are we ever finding ourselves. I mean, maybe momentarily. Day by day, we all take it. We try to make the best of it. I just want to laugh as much as possible and spend time with my mother, my brother, my father. My mother's recently retired, and we're making up for lost time. We did 2 Disney trips already this year. We went to Aruba. We did St. Martin. We did Key West, all in the last 12 months. And we're not going to stop. We're going to keep living it up, and we're going to keep collecting on these blessings and spreading gratitude, humility, and positivity wherever we go. So things you can expect from this channel in the future is this weekend I'm going to be at the Madonna della Cava feast in the North End. My family runs that feast. We're going to be there selling raffle tickets, having a good time, eating some food, talking to people. Just, hanging out with a bunch of old ladies, things I like to do. Also in September, the last week of September, going into the first week of October, me and my mother will be heading to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. I'm really excited about that. Never been to the Halloween party, and we're really looking forward to it. We're staying at the boardwalk, using the timeshare. We'll be there for a week, and that's going to be a really good time. I love Halloween. I love the costumes. I love the snacks, the candy, the treats, the colors, orange. As you can see, I'm wearing my Disney Alani Spirit jersey. For the first time in my life, it actually fits. I was very excited about that. So a couple future things that I have going on is a 1 night or 2 night trip to Washington, D.C. next week with my brother. I'll be filming some of that, just things we're doing throughout the day. Going to the airport, having dinner, having a couple of things to do. That should be a pretty good time. Also in December 1st to December 8th, I will be back at the boardwalk for Mickey's Christmas party. Another trip coming up that I'm looking forward to. Be staying in a 1-bedroom unit at the boardwalk, and it's going to be all decorated for Christmas, which is my favorite time of year there. I really love Christmas. Brings out the kid in me. And I can't wait to do that and share that with you guys on my journey through life here. I am in heaven with my family and in Disney World. Delicious, bro. All right, guys. Now that we're packed and ready to go, tune in tomorrow and please follow, like, and subscribe if you want to follow me along this journey.